Blarla.
Hello peeps and welcome back to Pharaoh. We are moving on from North de Jour, where we actually have another fork in the road. We can go on a peaceful mission to On, or we can go to Iunet, that is a military mission. Make a nice change from the last mission and the humongous pyramid that we had to build. The defense of Egypt.
Today's episode is sponsored by Isabel Black. Here's to you for betting on the good stuff.
Pharaoh Khufu has taken the throne, and as foretold by seers of Horus and Ra, our people have already begun to suffer under his oppression. Khufu has ordered that a royal governor be dispatched at once to Iunet to defend our land against Kushite invaders. Iunet can support a small fishing industry which should feed the settlement for a time. If the Kushites invade by water, however, the river may become unsafe for fishing boats, and shore areas may be better used to support a fleet of warships. If food becomes scarce, cattle may also be raised to provide meat, though the herds require much straw for fodder, and straw is difficult to grow in this land. You should seek other cities with which to trade for straw, for you will also need this to make bricks for your mastaba. The city of Byblos in Lebanon, land of the cedars, has begun trading with the powerful empires of the east. These are Assyria and Ur, in the land called Mesopotamia, between the two great rivers, and from them the finest ivory may be obtained via Byblos. With the arrival of rare and exotic luxury goods such as this, Iunet is sure to thrive. In the capital, the Egyptian people have begun to enjoy a board game called Senet. This game is normally enjoyed over a pitcher of beer in a public gathering place called a Senet house. Such places may provide a welcome diversion for the people of Iunet from the tyranny of Khufu's authority. Pharaoh has ordered that countless quarries be dug at On in the Delta region to harvest a vast supply of fine white limestone. Only the gods know what endeavor Pharaoh has planned for the use of this stone. It is rumored that he is planning a colossal building project on the plateau outside Rasja, that he may usurp the renown his father, the wise and benevolent Snarfru, has earned from the completion of his two noble pyramids.
Well, here we are. So win conditions, 4,000 population. Those numbers are really going up, aren't they? Culture rating of 30, monument rating of 5, prosperity rating of 30, kingdom rating of 65. And we do need to build a small mastaba with some burial provisions, but nothing too crazy in the monument side of things. Lots of warring. So the river may become unsafe for fishing boats. It seems like we will need warships. And yeah, about cattle and straw and bricks to make. Lots to do then. Shall we have a look at the map? So there is a lot of water. We've got like a crossroads in the river here. And we have land over here, lots of lush green grass around the edge. We've got some gold here in these mountains, and it is near the grass, which is wonderful. We have a small land here, tiny bits of farmland. There really isn't much, is there? There's not much land either. This is it. This is it. Scribe schools and libraries. Okay. I may actually have to up the population of our housing more than we usually do. For the sheer amount of space, you see, we're going to have to cram more into smaller spaces. So we do have the cattle ranch. Now we might build the fishing wharfs, but they may get destroyed. That's worth bearing in mind. There's our cattle ranches, but we'll need a lot of straw for that. And no, we're not going to be producing much straw, are we? It's definitely going to be trading, as it said. So in production then, we have our shipwright, gold and copper mines. So that's what we'll be needing to build here, and they're going to be important quickly, aren't they? Not just for the money, but for the weapons. Oh, and we can also build the granite and the limestone quarries around here too. So this is just going to be masses of quarries. This is not going to be pretty. We have the clay pit. So the clay pit can go on this thick plush green grass. So there's plenty of room for clay pits. We will be able to make our own pots, brew our own beer, weave our own linen, produce our own bricks, and produce our own jewels, but we will have to largely import the raw materials here, with the exception of the clay. We'll definitely be able to sort the clay. Okay. 3 gods, Bast, Ra, and Seth, with our patron god being Bast, which is Bast the god of the homes that sort of make sure that the houses are all good. I think so, if I recall. All the military stuff. So, I mean, I don't think there's much point now to towers and walls. I mean, let me know, but now that they don't physically invade the map, I'm not sure that there is. But we have our infantry, our archers, recruiter, the military academy. That's good. And we've learnt as well that they can't get across rivers. So the recruitment will have to be in a very specific place. Warship wharfs and transport wharfs. Again, do we need the transport? Transport troops to battlefields far away. I remember before the Cleopatra stuff that being relevant, but I've never played the Cleopatra stuff, so I don't know how that changed. So the monument then, Bricklayers Guild and the mastaba, which is small. Look at it, absolutely tiny, fantastic. That's what we like. And that's it. Okay, now we need a plan to get initially settled and start making money. We're going to need food. Should we have a look at the trading map? So from them we could buy wood and copper, but mostly wood. It's quite expensive waterway, but we're going to need wood, build all our ships and stuff. Deshur sells straw. Now it's a relatively cheap waterway, and they do sell the straw. They also sell barley, look. Good. We could sell them granite. We could sell them granite and bricks. We are going to need bricks. From Buhen, again, we can buy the barley. We could sell them copper. Look at that. That's a cheap land route and granite. Okay. Salima, we could buy wood from. And we could sell various things. Look, we've got the papyrus here. Linen, beer, pottery. Actually, clay. We could also sell masses of clay. Oh, that's good. That's good. I would say that it's fair to presume that we're going to get attacked pretty quickly. And so getting copper going, our recruiter, and some forts are going to be important. The only problem that we have is that all the forts will have to be on this portion of the map. They have to be. And that means the recruiter has to be here. Everything. Okay. Which means we will have to start here, and this is where the gold is, where the copper is. This is going to be our main area. We definitely have to start here. We're going to have to help people cross this river, though. That's worth bearing in mind. We have to be mindful about where we can and can't put docks. So we'll be able to get a dock there, here. This is all quite important, where we can get the docks. I'm not going to want to take that up with water crossings if I don't have to, you know. So the water crossing being in this little nook here, I think is for the best, because I just cannot put docks in either of those locations. I think we may just go straight into the cattle ranches, which means we are going to have to be buying straw instantly. Now, Dashura is the only place that we can buy straw, and we were producing a lot of it, weren't we? And we weren't doing anything or not much with it, so it kind of makes sense, right? So that would be a waterway for 620 doubloons. So we will open that. I feel like we have no choice. We will be able to sell bricks and granite to them. Was it plain stone or was it a different, or was it limestone? It was limestone. But we can sell the granite to them and then later bricks as well, just to try and offset. But we'll be pulling gold out of the mountains here. Okay. It also means we're going to need a dock, because that was a waterway. So we have to have a dock. Wow, this is a lot, isn't it? My head hurts, and we haven't even placed anything. We don't have a lot of money either. There's just so much to do. So, gold mine. How many? Don't know. Three? We'll just go with the 2. We won't need as much copper. I was thinking maybe we could do copper over here, but we just have to keep this simple. We can always move copper later, but let's just try and keep things as compact as possible, which is going to be tricky because there is a lot we need to do here. And if we're realistic, we're going to need an architect's post. Should put firehouse here too, maybe. We'll just go with the architect's post for the moment. We've got these sand dunes here, which makes this all quite difficult. Now the closest we can get water is going to be about here. No, it probably doesn't need to be quite that close, which is something like this, but it's not quite attached. Maybe. And then do we water could be water. Okay, let's get all the other facilities in that they're going to need. Get the temples in. We are going to need the palace and the festival square. Now the palace has to be on grass also, but we need the town palace to bring the gold to, right? So we're going to need the festival square and then the town palace. I think I'll pop that there and get in a path so that we can get in more police stations. Okay. We'll also make sure that we've got a common festival lined up for Bass straight away. Now we need a dock. That's the nearest place we can get a dock. A little bit concerning. We may have to build more houses up here. This is going to be a real mess. It's my favourite. I love a real mess. Storage yard. I haven't even set up food yet. So we're going to be accepting granite. We're going to need to sell granite. But we're also going to need straw. Right. We'll do half and half. Just sort of get us started. I suppose we may not need to sell the granite straight away, given that I've set up a couple of gold mines. We could see how we get on with that. All the same, I'm going to put a trade at the dock for both of those as well. But we'll make this storage yard all straw instead. Let's look at the food. And then we need to look at recruitment. And then we may need, once it's all running, to put houses in lots of weird and wonderful places. Okay. So here's the cattle ranch. Produces meat out of straw. That's one way of putting it. And presumably needs to be... Oh, it doesn't need to be on grass. Well, that's something, isn't it? So maybe we could get a bunch of ranches out here. Okay, we'll need a granary. It's going to, we have no choice, it's going there. Which will accept all meat. We probably should put an architect's post and a fire post out here. I will put a fire post there. So that would be food. Let's come here. Available for import. Import to maintain. Let's try 600. We may have to set up some granite to export, right? Wouldn't need to do much. Even... How much is... Yeah, because I'll only buy 25 blocks. We don't need to go nuts with it. Right, we could... See, that might be a bit close, right? If we pop it there... That might be enough. We've got too many jobs here for the amount of houses, though. That's a future me problem. We'll pop that in. And we will do the granite here. And what we'll do, again, we will do the half and halves. This will be fine. Just to help bolster the money situation. Now we need to look at military. Oh, it's a lot, isn't it? A weaponsmith. Let's just start with archers for now. That's what we do, isn't it? And we're going to put them right out here. Let's start with one lot of archers. Right out here in the sticks. That's what we'll do. So that we don't have to worry about the weaponsmith business at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll actually put that copper mine to sleep. So we don't have to worry about it. Just for the moment. Now we'll get our recruiter. Might stick him there. Might stick the recruiter here with the academy. So much money. Is that everything? Is that everything to get us started? Oh my goodness. We've got a little bit of money left over. I think that's everything. We'll press play on that. And we'll get the festivals going. We've not done beautification. Oh, we've not done entertainment. No. We've not done entertainment. There's always something, isn't there? We're going to need that for upgrading. Let's just see if we can get some idea of how this is going to function. So here they are crossing. And we're seeing the flags pop up. Work is commencing. 100 people have moved into your village. Excellent. Keep them coming. So we've got people working, look, at the well. So the water has already started to move around. They go the wrong way. There's nothing I can do about this because if I put a roadblock in here, all these recruiters won't function. So maybe I will just pop that in. I always end up doing it, don't I? Okay, let's get a festival for Ra going. I'd like to see... Oh, we've got some ranch business going on here, but we are going to need the straw. And, oh, there's a crocodile. Crocodile, you won't see any tears rolling down their thick armoured skin. Do police actually combat these sorts of things yet? Might need walls against crocs. Okay, let's do a festival, common festival for Seth. So we have fire wandering around. Could always do another water well on the other side, couldn't we? Ah, so we've got a bit of working. The gold mines, the quarry, a little bit of working at the cattle ranches, but we don't have any straw for it yet. We do have some workers at the dock. Nothing's full, but we, you know, bits and bobs are happening. Now the granary, I think, if it's not fully staffed, it doesn't work, does it? That's not a problem right now. Oh, another festival. Good. Let's hold another festival for Bast. Okay, we've got some straw. And it is being carted through town to the ranches. Let's see this. We've got ranches. Love this. Oh, look. We got ranches. We just sure could. I hear what's going to happen to them, though. But we do have ranches. Oh, look. The granary. Excellent. So, water has made it to everybody here. We've got fire police everywhere. Okay. So now we are waiting on a supply of food. Here comes some gold. We've got just under 2,000 now. We are going to... Oh! It sounds like the crocodile just killed someone. Right. Okay, so what I might try and do then is with the military wall is build it across there. Okay. And what we may have to do... Right. We're going to put a wall there for the moment. And a wall here. But they may have to be... They may have to be moved about in the future. Oh, look. There's a little watering hole there. Right. So we have some granite here. Alright, let's get another festival going. Rah, there we go. So we've got some granite that we can start selling. I don't think I've set it to sell, though. Granite. Available to export. Export when over. We'll put 1. I mean, the Pharaoh may ask for it, and we may have to change that. But for the moment, that works. We do have fish. Look. There is fish here, but I am concerned about that. We've got this recruiter for our archers, and we can see, look, we have an archer here.
We'll fight to the death to defend our fair city.
But we don't have any wharfs or boats going yet. It takes wood and things, which is quite serious. So I'm hoping we're not going to need it too soon. We could really do with stepping up to lavish festivals. We're still waiting on the food. So there is some meat that has arrived here. Some meat has arrived. So, oh, and we need to set meat to buy for the bazaar to now come and get it. Lethis, because Seth is still dissatisfied, Pharaoh is planning a great festival to Seth in Men-Nefer and needs goods from your city. You have 12 months to send 400 fish. Acknowledge. Right, let's pause a minute. So we absolutely need a fishing wharf. Now, for a fishing wharf, we don't need wood or anything. They just make the boats for it. So fishing wharf, luckily, is quite cheap. If I stick it here, Because... Oh, look, the crane's flying over. Because there's crocs over here, but there's not over here. So if we build a fishing wharf there... The problem being is that we may have to set up a small settlement over here to make sure people are working it. But we shall see. We'll give it a go. Do we put a storage yard here for the fish or over here for the fish? Who knows? We could just use the one that we've got, except half fish into here. Maybe. We are going to need a boat. And for that, we will need a shipwright. Now, these are big. So it's like right down here. How do we would absolutely have to set up a settlement here to get people working at this shipwright. We do. So you see this little land in between these shipwrights and stuff. Potentially even a second fishing wharf. Should we do it? Because there is space for it. There just is. And we build some houses and water and stuff here. Just to try and get all this working. We're going to want to stockpile the fish for this order coming in. Right. Let's get some houses. I'm going to put houses... How many would we need? 6 workers in the fishing wharfs. 20 workers at the shipwrights. We'll do 8 houses here. But we are going to need... So we might do more than 8 because we would need water. We would need water. We are going to need an architect's post. Fire. I would say a bazaar. A bazaar. We would also need a physician. Really? An apothecary. Which means we might as well put a dentist in. Okay, let's unpause this. To see how we get on. Ugh. We now have 741 doubloons. It's all getting a bit dire. Could we get some more gold from the mines? We will do a lavish festival. We are going to step up to lavish festivals. One for Bast. There we go. Now, they are arriving. We may need to do more houses here to support this. Because we could do with the military academy being fully staffed, because that's the only way that it actually works. And if we've got these houses here, we might be able to get that done. Then we'll buy meat and fish on this bazaar. And what we'll do on this bazaar over here, we'll also add fish to that list. The shipwrights are building the fishing boats. Fishing wharfs are staffed. Here we go. There's our first fishing boat. And we have fish here. Oh, look, another ship is on its way.
I love the art of the deal. I can't wait to trade my supplies.
So hopefully we will sell some granite and buy some straw. That's my desire. Because look, we could sell a couple of blocks of granite. We may not need straw, actually. We only need 100 units of straw, something like that. There we go, yeah. We sold the 2 blocks. Okay, we have 6 months to comply on the fish. Acknowledged. Well... Our first fishing boat is out fishing. There it is. They used to have a little graphic of a net off the side, but... Sure, okay. Okay. And there's the second fishing boat starting up. Excellent. Unloading the fish. We're seeing it. It's happening. Can we get 400? in 6 months. I can't see why not. Surely we could. How much is he carrying? 100?
I have to go clear
Yeah.
across the city with these goods. It'll take all day.
And actually, there's already 100 in there. So this would make 200. We've got 300 there. Excellent. Excellent. Oh. And then with that fulfilled, we can start using fish to feed our people. Oh, this is great. Wow, the fish comes in fast. Oh, we haven't held a festival in ages. I've been too busy watching the fish. Raw. Lavish festival. Off you go. The hiccups. Now, our money is back up. Look, to 1,500 doubloons. So we are making money. And we haven't used the emergency funds. We do need to get food to the people. It's a thing. There we go. Compliance now possible. There we go. We've got 3 months left. Send the 400 fish. With that sent, let's now accept all fish into the granary. And I think what I might do is empty it from the storage yard. Okay. There we go. So we can start putting the fish in the granary. Let's stop stockpiling it as well. And we'll start seeing fish pouring into here, which means we can get food to the people, because the cattle is not producing nearly enough. And we need food to come in so that we can get more people moving in to help fill up these job posts. And it seems like fish is going to be far better. We can let money accumulate for a bit to sort of see orders come in or military demands, this sort of stuff, before we make any big decisions. Our archer's looking great down here, so we'll hold steady before we make any decisions on which areas we want to expand into. We're making money, we're waiting for food to sort itself out, so we're just going to let it, while we also keep doing our festivals.